The Forward Together Project is a Langston University initiative supported by generous grant contributions from Inasmuch and the Kirkpatrick Foundations. The project is a series of interviews, vignettes, and feature stories highlighting people, organizations, and events that positively impact marginalized communities. Join us as we explore the stories of those who are working timelessly to create a more inclusive and equitable society. Tune in to watch their inspiring stories and learn how you can be part of the movement to move forward together.
Welcome to our special programming. I'm Joshua Thompson. A resilient showcase on food services is taking place through a neighborhood lacking the essential resources. The young entrepreneur, Jabee, is an inspired hip-hop artist who now receives culinary success through his pizza catering service, Eastside Pizza House, located in Oklahoma City.
I grew up here in Oklahoma City on the east side, and I want to say 2017. Well, actually, I got this place probably 2016, 2017. And initially, I was gonna do some type of music business with it, a music store or a hip hop shop, something like that. Well, a lot of stuff started happening. Grocery store closed on 23rd, and people were saying how the east side was a food desert. You know, everything that we lacked over here on the east side, resources, all the attention, lack of attention, funding, all those things wasn't created by God. It was created by man intentionally, and so I decided that I didn't want to do a hip hop shop. I needed to do food for my community, and so ran through a bunch of different options, but I landed on pizza because the only food experience I had is whenever I was in high school. I worked at Pizza Hut, and so I did pizza. And as far as the black crust, I wanted something that looked cool, something that, was different. There's a bunch of cool pizza restaurants here in Oklahoma City. And so I wanted to, have my own thing. And so I came across the black crust just from traveling and searching new ways to make pizza. And, with it being black, I knew I could finesse anything black, you know what I mean? And so that's what I did.
Living in a neighborhood of scarce opportunities for food, Jabee knew from a young age the need to bring fresh, quality food to his home community.
Being able to give back or do things for other people is something that I feel like is a responsibility, especially me being somebody who grew up in Oklahoma City, being somebody who didn't have anything, being poor when I was a kid, being homeless when I was a kid. Being that family who stood in line for, the turkey baskets and stuff, and being that family who, received help from so many other people, it's important that, I do what I can to give back as well.
With the associated development from Black-owned businesses, Eastside Pizza House is now Oklahoma's go-to spot for partying, catering, and a satisfied stomach.
My theme for this restaurant, for Eastside Pizza House, was to really represent the East Side and be a home for people on the East Side that they could, feel some type of ownership about, and that's why you see, all the people on the walls, and Claire Lupa, Ralph Ellison, and Roscoe Dungy, and E. Melvin Porter, all these people who, had it not been for them, there would be no Eastside Pizza, right? And then on top of that, you got other parts of this of the East Side where years ago, you know, before our time, were thriving black communities and thriving black businesses, you know. And if you go there now to those places, you can't even tell that we were ever even there, right? So, so my thing was, is no matter what happens to this street in 10 years, when you come inside Eastside, you're gonna know that, you know, this is where we was at.
Through the success of the owner, Jabee isn't limited. As well as maintaining his business, he contributes his time to activism and conducting non-profit organizations to strengthen the neighborhood. A community that was once struggling with poverty and food shortage has now a home where a slice of the community is a slice for all.
The other one is called Live Free OKC. It's a community violence intervention program. And what we do is we take what's called credible messengers, and those credible messengers are you know, people who have either, you know, been affected by gun violence, been involved in gun violence, and they go into the community in situations where people could potentially be involved in gun violence, and they intervene, and you know, we mediate conflict and keep people from, you know, having to go to jail or come in contact with the police, you know, and so. And you know, that Live Free OKC is kind of, we just launched in August, so that's like what I've been spending most of my time on right now is doing that, and it's called With Love OKC. It's an art initiative for the East Side. So if you know, drive around the East Side now, especially 23rd, you see a lot of the murals. You know, we help curate and, you know, just bring good art to the city, to the East Side of the city, because a lot of the things I do, you know, whether it was events or performing, like I would do in other parts of town, I would see all this cool stuff in other places. I'm like, man, we need that over on my side too, you know. So we created With Love OKC to start that, to do that. So yesterday, I was telling you, we did the mural for Captain Pitts. We also do a big Juneteenth festival every year right here on 23rd Street, and we do a big mural every year on 23rd. We did this one right here on Mid-K last year. And that's why I have all this art in here as well, you know. You know, art is a big passion of mine, you know, and not just art, but art that says something and speaks to people and tells a story, just like, you know, whether it's visual art, music, that's the kind of art that I enjoy. So, and then we also, you know, help to educate, you know, and teach younger artists about public art as well. And so that, and you know, we do other things as well, you know, like help feed families during Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And you know, we were a big part of the Julius Jones Coalition whenever Julius Jones was on death row. 5 of us walked from OKC to McAllister to raise awareness for Julius Jones, you know. Yeah, so all those things.
Stay tuned for more stories that impact communities together. This is LUTV. I'm Josh Thompson.